day in Dallas. Cowboy fans should be getting ready for their first preseason game. Instead, they got fear. Fear in their hearts. Fear in their mind. Why? Because the Eagles had just about the most perfect preseason game you possibly could have. Your second-year quarterback essentially goes out and he's perfect. You have 3 rookies that go out and make impacts immediately. You have free agent signings who are going out playing great. You got injured players who are coming back, look good. And you got a coach who is willing to stand up for his team and go at the other coach. It was perfect for the Eagles last night, and the rest of the league is in trouble. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. You know, we had just about the best off season we could have. Then we come back with our first preseason game, and it went just about as perfect as any team could possibly have. Now we're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you like the content and you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe for Eagles content, daily NFL content. You don't want to miss it. And if you've been subscribed for a while, you know what to do. Just double check, double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. Now, we got to talk about this game last night because, to me, this was about as perfect as a preseason game as you possibly can have. Now, some people are going, how can you say that? They lost the game. How do you say that? Because the score doesn't matter. I don't care what the score is at the end of the day, as long as I get to see certain things in preseason. First and foremost, health. You got to stay relatively healthy. We had no major injuries yesterday, okay? I think Covey might have torn a ligament or something in his thumb or his hand, something like that. I think he'll be okay. But besides that, there's no major injuries. I mean, look at the Jets. Zach Wilson could be lost for the year. As of this video right now, they haven't confirmed one way or the other yet. So, I mean, we'll possibly see. But this was an amazing preseason game. There was so much going on. There was so much that you hope to see going into a game. And there was so much that actually panned out. I mean, it was amazing. It was an amazing game. Let's start with Jalen Hurts and this offense, okay? You come out of opening drive. You go 6 for 6. You go down and you score a touchdown to Dallas Goedert. And if you look at the touchdown to Dallas Goedert, a lot of that space that was created was because of A.J. Brown. He's already making an impact. Now, A.J. Brown didn't have any targets. He didn't have any catches. But I already know what you're going to get him, okay? So it wasn't a big deal. For me, what was nice is, one, Jalen Hurts goes 6 for 6, okay? People may shoo that, but I think that's important. He was on target, and every throw wasn't to A.J. Brown. And it was nice. He actually had some throws out of the backfield to Miles Sanders, which is great, you know. Things aren't there, check down to the running back. They need to do that more often. I thought that was good. There was only once or twice I thought Jalen Hurts, you know, maybe left just a tad little early. Wasn't bad, was way better than last year, but he still went and rolled to his right. But that's okay. I thought his decision making was good. He seemed a lot more calm and okay and have better understanding of what they're doing on offense. And I think Jalen Hurts was perfect. I don't see how could somebody complain about Jalen Hurts when a guy goes 6 for 6. What else is he supposed to do? You can only go 6 for 6. You can't go 7 to 6. Okay, you can't have 8 completions on 6 passes. So Jalen Hurts, I thought, was really good. No question about it. You know, so that's the first drive. Now, your defense comes on the field. And I may be skipping around offense, defense, but I'm kind of going how I remember this game falling into place. So you opening drive of offense, you go down, you score a touchdown, right? Then your defense comes out, and boom, three plays in, you get an interception. Kaiser White gets an interception. Kaiser White is going to be maybe the steal of pickups, man. We know what we're going to get in Hassan Reddick, but Kaiser White comes in. A lot of people say, oh yeah, he's fast, he's good, he's better than what we had. But this dude, it made an impact in the three plays that he was out there. He made a tackle, he made a interception. Fantastic. Guy's a lot faster than I thought, too. He's a lot faster than I remember him. But Kaiser White, immediate impact. I don't think you can ask for anything more than signing a free agent that comes in and right away he's making an impact. And did you see that secondary, by the way? Darius Slay, James Bradbury, Avonte Maddox. That's nasty. That is nasty. Teams are going to have a lot of trouble with this team, okay? Also, on that opening series for the defense, Brandon Graham comes out, makes a big tackle against the run. If you remember, one of the things that really hurt us last year when Brandon Graham got hurt was I think it hurt our run defense. Brandon Graham looked great. He looked like he didn't miss a beat. That is so important, and it's such a hard thing to do coming back from an Achilles at his age. So Brandon Graham looked good. Kaiser White looked good. Jalen Hurts looks good. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more, right? First preseason game, you should be going, all right, yeah, we're good. And so the Eagles go up quick, 14-0. You pull the starters really quick. And then out comes, your backups, and out comes some of your rookies, right? And in comes Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis. Now, when this happened, I was streaming the game. Many of you guys were in there. Thank you to everybody there. But as we're streaming the game, Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean come in. I know Cowboy fans are watching. They're in my chat. Mark Holmes is streaming me. And Jordan Davis starts to play. And once you see how dominating this guy is, Cowboys fans started getting scared. Okay? There was a play. And Jordan Davis, if you look at his stat sheet, it may say 0 tackles, 0 assists, whatever. But the impact that he made defensively was phenomenal. I mean, he first of all, the push up the middle was ridiculous. Did you see him toss the center around like he was nothing? Okay? He gets the push up the middle. There was another play where it was a run play, and he shoots the gap, and he's able to get his hands on the running back and stop the running back. He didn't make the tackle, running back got away, but by the time the running back got away, Nakobe Dean was right there to make the tackle for a loss. That was all Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis blew that up. He blew it up. And then there was one play where he's chasing after Zach Wilson. Do you see how fast this guy is? He is the real deal. Listen, there are few times growing up watching football that you see players come out early in preseason or as a rookie, and you just know these guys have it. Eric Allen is one I remember. Brian Dawkins is another. Early on preseason, you're like, yeah, this guy's going to be a player. Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. And say what you want about Nakobe Dean. I've heard people say, oh, Nakobe Dean's not having a great camp. What has Nakobe Dean done? He hasn't done this, he hasn't done that. As soon as the lights come on, Nakobe Dean's making plays. He's everywhere. Okay, I think that Nakobe Dean has been fine in camp. What has happened is T.J. Edwards, who was also good last night, and Kaiser White have been so good that it's overshadowed how good Nakobe Dean is. But Nakobe Dean went out there when the game started. He goes to work. 4 or 5 tackles, 1 for a loss. Him and Jordan Davis are nasty. That's nasty combination. And they both went out there and they played fantastic. And as that happened, the Cowboy fans started melting down. I mean, Michael Anthony wears fitness. Wakes up from his nap. What's going on, Dad? What's going on? His dad's going, Jordan Davis. And then Mark Holmes is trying to say that I won't take the bet that he offered, even though it was like the worst bet in the world. Make a better bet. But you could actually see the moment that Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean went out there, and you could tell that they're good, Cowboy fans start melting down. They started getting scared. The rest of the game, they were scared. And it was a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And so, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, 2 rookies, 2 of your top 3 choices go out there and they play fantastic. Then, not only those 2 guys as rookies are playing fantastic, but let's talk about the guy who stole the show. I mean, Cam Jurgens, in my opinion, was the star of the show last night. The guy goes out there, fills in for Jason Kelsey as a center first start ever, and he starts the whole half, and he's absolutely fantastic. Cam Jurgens, at times he looked literally like Jason Kelsey. He was that good, and I think the Eagles have a find in him, a gem in him. And just imagine, you got this guy that talented. All he's going to do this year is learn under Jason Kelsey. And if for some reason Kelsey can't start week 1, this kid's going to be ready to go. He's going to be ready to go. But, I mean, I don't know what other preseason games I can remember where your top 3 draft picks come in and make an immediate impact in the way that they did. It doesn't happen often. And for the Eagles especially, it's been a while. All 3 of those guys were very impactful last night. I mean, I could not be happier with any of those guys. Another guy I want to talk about that nobody's really talking about is Teron Jackson. Teron Jackson, if you go and you watch it, I watched the game one time again, he's disruptive the whole game. He's making plays the whole game. He got a lot of snaps yesterday too, and I thought he was really, really good. He's somebody that people need to watch, because if he develops this year, I mean, this defensive line is going to be only that much better. I'm convinced this defensive line is going to be one of the top leaders in sacks this year, and I'm also convinced that by I don't know, mid-season, you're not going to be able to not start Jordan Davis. He's that impactful. Even if he doesn't make statistics, like I said, get a tackle here, get a sack here, he's so disruptive and creates space and openings for everybody else. I don't know what you can do. So it's a fantastic thing that's going on. Zach Pascal's another guy I got to talk about. Zach Pascal goes out, and I don't see any way Jalen Reagor can beat him. Okay, I don't see any way Jalen Reagor can beat him out in the depth chart. And we'll get into Reagor in a second, but I thought Zach Pascal, fantastic. A lot faster than you think he is, But I thought Pascal was really, really good last night. I thought Quez Watkins was good last night. He did have that one drop. It was a little high, went right through his hands. But overall, I thought he had a good game. There's a lot of good players to talk about. A lot of guys had really good games last night. I do want to talk a little bit about some of the guys and some of the things I didn't like, okay? Because there's always stuff that you want to improve on. First and foremost, I thought that Reagor was just okay. I really was expecting and hoping more from Jalen Reagor. After all the good practices we heard that he had, I thought and was hoping we would see something a little more explosive. Now, I don't think he was necessarily really bad, except for in the punt return. I thought that one chance he had on a punt return, he didn't take advantage of it. That sucked. But, I mean, he really didn't do anything offensively. He really didn't do anything that makes me go, yeah, hey, look, Reagor, He had a couple catches, and it was kind of catch and tackle. We'll see what he does as preseason goes. I don't think he was necessarily bad, but after everything we kind of heard about him, during training camp, I was kind of hoping that he would have done something a little more explosive. That's all I'm gonna say. I kind of was hoping that he would. Oh man, I forgot, and I got to go back and talk about this because we're talking about guys that I thought that had good games. There's a lot of good guys. There's a lot of guys that we're gonna have to talk about later on in the week. But I also need to mention Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, my cannoli-eating coach. Okay, I got to talk about him before I talk about things I didn't like, because when they hit Jalen Hurts late, and he started yelling at the New York Jets coach across the field, I thought that was fantastic. Nick Sirianni fits in with Philly. I'm telling you, this cannoli-eating guy is going to be loved in Philly. I like his attitude. I like that he yells. I like that he gets in on the refs if they make a bad call. He doesn't just sit there and take it. And I think the guy is great. So far, he impressed me last night. I like his attitude. I really do. Nick Sirianni, my cannoli-eating, gabagool-eating coach. I loved him yesterday. I love the attitude. I think that he's going to be a guy that people in Philly are going to come to love. Now, getting back to the things I didn't like, and I didn't mean to switch there on you. I wanted to make sure I talked about Nick. But Jalen Reagor, not necessarily a horrible night, but it was like, I wish I would have seen more. Also, I'll talk about Jason Huntley. Jason Huntley, I thought, for the most part, he played good. He got a lot of reps, and he went out there and he was decent. But when I look at the running backs we have, Sanders, Gainwell, Boston Scott, I kind of feel like I don't know where he fits in. Maybe on the kick returns. That's why he had to take out that kick return. Many people thought he should have just let it go. He had to take a chance. He has to do something to try to impress the coaches. But if he wins a spot, it's got to be kick return, because I don't think he wins one as a running back. We'll see. We'll see. Gardner Minshew. I thought Gardner Minshew's performance was like, I mean, I don't think it was that great. They had his first drive they got and they score. Huntley scores on a 4th and goal, and he really didn't do anything after that. I thought his performance was not so good. I don't understand why everybody complains about Jalen Hurts' arm. And look at Minshew's arm. His arm isn't really that great. I don't think it's really that great. It's not like you're going to a guy who could throw a bowling ball through a garden hose. It's not that great. I thought Minshew had a kind of lackluster performance, to be quite honest with you. And I know a lot of people want to trade him, but you've got a problem. We've got a problem. We can't trade Gardner Minshew, because at least Gardner Minshew is a quality backup. At least he can win you some games. And when you go and you look at this guy, Senat, whatever it is, I call him Chin. Because I've never seen a guy with a chin strap so big. He has a chin strap for Thanos. Did you see it? His chin strap, literally, his lower lip is underneath the chin strap. It's the biggest chin strap I've ever seen. I'm like, what kind of chin does this guy have? And he takes it off and he's just got like a butt chin. But I'm thinking he has like a Thanos chin. I knew we had problems right when I saw the chin strap. So I call him Chin. I thought he stunk. I couldn't wait for him to come out of the game. I'm thinking 4th quarter they'll put Carson Strong in. I didn't even know he didn't dress. But he didn't even dress because he didn't have enough reps and practice to play. So I thought Reed Senat, I thought he stunk. They're saying he's playing better than, if he's playing better than Minshew during camp, we got a problem. I think, because I didn't think he was good. I thought he stunk. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. Let's see what else. Special teams, especially, I'll say both sides of special teams. I was looking for somebody that would go out, that could kick return, that could punt return, somebody to do it. You had Huntley, had the one nice kick return, which may be his path to making this team. But, Covey really didn't do anything. I think Covey let a couple balls go that he should not have let go back in end zone or bounce in. He needs to take any ball he can get, pause, and he needs to go out there and try to make something happen, much like Huntley. But he really didn't do anything. Then he tore a ligament in his thumb or his hand or something like that. His thumb, I think it was his right thumb. So, Covey, I don't know, but can't really count him. He didn't wow me. The special teams, punt return, kick returns didn't wow me. Reagor didn't do anything there. I don't even think we saw Devon Allen. Okay, so I was disappointed with the return game. And then, our return defense, we allow a kick return that sets the Jets up to win the game. We had a couple, Jets had a couple good returns on us. I thought our return defense was not good on there. I will say this, though. I thought Tay Gowan played a pretty good game, especially on special teams. But those were the kind of things that stood out for me. Mostly, very, very positive. I don't know how you get any better than your quarterback goes out there, he performs. You got your top 3 rookies go out there, they make an impact. You have your players coming back from injuries that are important to the team, they look 100%. You have guys that you sign, like Kaiser White, go out and they make an impact. I don't know how you could wish for anything better, except, it would have been nice to see Reagor do more. It would have been nice to see more from Gardner Minshew. It would have been nice to see somebody be able to, field a punt return or a kick return, and maybe the special teams was a little bit better. But all in all, I thought this was just about as good of a preseason game and what you can hope for starting than the Eagles got. It was fantastic. But, we'll see what they do next week. Hopefully the starters played a lot more. We got a lot to talk about. I definitely want to talk more about Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean. I want to talk about Jurgens. There's just so much to unpack. I'm going to have to watch this game many, many times and see what other things I pick up. But my overall impressions of watching it last night, it was about as good as you could get for a preseason game. I thought all the elements and all the things that we needed to happen happened. So let me know what you guys think. We'll be live later tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Philly Shakedown Podcast. We're going to have a lot to talk about. It should be fun, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. You know what that is, right? How vision. We're all just... Yo, I'm not lying. When I was talking about earlier in the video about how the Cowboy fans were sitting there coming into my chat, like talking about how, the Eagles were losing the Jets, all this, that. This all started when Jordan Davis was out there making an impact. They kind of lost their mind because you have to remember, Cowboys, those fans wanted Jordan Davis and they wanted Kobe Dean, and we took both of them. We took their heart. And you can see the fear in Dallas. I really think it's going to be Eagles and Washington battling for the division. I think Dallas falls way off. And I think somewhere deep down inside Cowboy fans who, maybe haven't sacrificed a chicken in a few days, I think they know it. The Eagles are coming for their meats. Denzel Washington.